The following is a winter storm update for the winter storm, which is going to potentially impact the region on Thursday night and Friday at the end of this week. So taking a look at the latest forecast trends compared to 24 to 48 hours ago, the models have been wavering quite a bit on how far north to bring the snow into eastern Washington and northern Idaho. The good news is forecast models are slowly beginning to stabilize, with the highest area of certainty now narrowed down to the far southern corner of Washington, or call it southeast Washington, and adjacent portions of the Idaho Panhandle. Model trends the last few days have also continued to nudge snow chances southward, and we're feeling confident that areas north of I-90 will see little to no impact, as most of the snow is going to remain well to the south of these areas. The main area where we're expecting, again, the best amounts of snow will be along the Washington-Oregon border area, in areas such as the Camas Prairie. In between, our confidence continues to waver, as does each model run. This includes locations like Lewiston, Pomeroy, Anatone, and Elk City, to just name a few. Trends have been downward for decreasing snow for Pullman and much of the northern Whitman County area, as well as east into the Idaho Palouse and central Panhandle Mountains. Consequently, winter storm watches were dropped for these areas here to the north of the orange line. As we move forward, our confidence levels, if we apply the model trends to create confidence levels, here's what we're looking at geographically for snow chances. South of the red line stands to see the best chance of the heaviest snow accumulations and impacts to travel. Within the area of snow, expected amounts could vary from trace amounts to several inches. Further north in the some snow possible area, that means models expand the threat for under half an inch to inch this far north. And north of the green line, for the most part, we expect conditions to remain dry. However, there could be a few snow flurries. This will be a stable precipitation event, meaning an east to west band will likely develop with a fine north to south gradient expected across the forecast area, and that means where it snows versus where it doesn't snow will be along a very sharp line. So locations across southeast Washington could see significant amounts of snow, and then traveling a little bit farther north, there might not be very much snow at all. We're going to take a look at some bar charts which show the risk of snowfall. First of all, we're looking at the Lewiston area, and if we look at these bar charts, it's indicating that we have a moderate to high chance of at least 2 inches of snow falling in the Lewiston area, with an average somewhere between 3 to 4 inches of snow. You see our chances for at least 8 inches of snow are very low, and once we get beyond that, that's not even expected. For the Pullman area, we're expecting a little bit lesser amounts of precipitation or snow. Looks like a moderate chance of at least 2 inches of snow for the Pullman area, with model averages anywhere from about 1 to 2 inches, and it looks like we may be trending lighter than that as we go forward toward the event. Finally, here's what we're actually forecasting right now. This is called a deterministic forecast, or this is actually what we are forecasting at this time. The areas in light blue are expected to see anywhere from about less than an inch to up to an inch of snow, even up to 2 inches by the time you get here south of Pullman. Again, the heaviest snow amounts are expected to occur over extreme southeast Washington and adjacent portions of the Idaho Panhandle, with amounts anywhere from 4 to 8 inches possible across the Blue Mountains of Washington, perhaps the Camas Prairie as well. And as you see, the farther north that you get, we're not expecting much snow at all at this point. So taking a look at the current hazards that the National Weather Service has issued, and this is as of 4 p.m. on the Wednesday afternoon. Right now we have winter storm watches in effect for these areas in blue. We have a winter weather advisory in effect for the Kittitas Valley area. We also have winter storm warnings in effect for this area right here in pink. This graphic says watch, but it's actually a winter storm warning that's in effect. And where we expect the worst conditions to develop is across the Columbia Gorge, as you mix in a chance of heavy snow with strong winds. That area could be very ugly by the time we get to the Thursday-Friday period. For the Spokane area, the counties under the gun right now remain Lewis, Nez Perce, Asotin, and Garfield counties. So, timing for the winter storm, it looks like by Thursday afternoon we could see some snow begin to develop over the northern Oregon area, and it'll expand into southern Washington and southern Idaho during the late afternoon hours. By Thursday evening, snow will move north into southern Grant, Adams, Whitman, Latah, and Shoshone counties. By Friday morning, the band of snow begins to sag southeast, vacating much of Washington but persisting across the Idaho Panhandle by midday. And by Friday afternoon, it looks like things are going to wind down, and we'll be left with a dry forecast for the time being. So that's it for the update for the winter storm coming up for Thursday and Friday. Please stay tuned for more updates from your National Weather Service in Spokane.